Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. Yesterday was quite an amazing day on the New York Stock Exchange with all the markets falling sharply. So today I would like to take a look at what MTPredictor found as the way of automatic setups on the four USE minis. That's the YM, the NQ, the ES and the Russell Index, the TF. First of all, if you look at the bottom here, you can see our color-coded STF, which is strong trend filter. And as you can see here, it's red, which means MTPredictor is showing that the large degree trend is down. So therefore, we want to be taking trades in the direction of the main trend. So in other words, downtrend, we only want to be looking at sell signals. So they are the signals in red here. You can see we had a TS3 sell here. So these buy signals were against the larger degree downtrend, therefore we want to be avoiding them. So on the YM, if we look at yesterday, the only sell setup we had was a bit later in the day here. If I right mouse click, select automatic analysis, put the analysis on, you can see we had a very nice profitable trade of plus 2.8R. In other words, using correct position sizing, we were selling one contract, risking $330 to make a profit of 928 or 2.8 R, in other words 2.8 times the initial risk. So a lovely little trade towards the end of the day there. Let's have a look at some of the other markets. This is the Russell Index. The Russell Index had two trades yesterday. Remember, we're avoiding the buy setups because the STF is red and down. We had a lovely sell setup later in the day at the same time as the YM, which was the mini Dow. Here, even at the first target, we had a potential profit of 4R, and because the market was so weak and the market was going down and didn't take any of these highs out, you may have even decided to run this trade a little bit further to come out basically towards the close. If you had have done, the profit could have been nearer the 7.6R. But even at the first target, this profit was plus 4R. We had a trade earlier in the day. If I put the analysis on this one, again, even at the first target, okay, I'll stress that, even at the first target, it was plus 4.4R. So conservatively, the two trades on the Russell Index yesterday were a plus 4.4R here, and then also a plus 4R here. So overall, plus 8.4R. And R is a risk unit. We normally suggest risking 2% of your trading account per risk unit. So an 8% profit, or an 8R profit, is actually 16% return on your capital just on these two trades here. So on the Russell Index, yesterday was an absolutely fantastic day. Let's have a look at the next one. This is on the ES, which is the E-mini. You can see I've already placed the analysis on here, so I'll just clear that off. Again, remember, we're not taking the buy setups because our STF indicator is red, therefore indicating a downtrend, so no buy setups. We're just looking at the sell setups. And again, the ES had a lovely trade towards the end of the day with also a plus 2.8R trade, just like the YM. We then go to the last one of these, which was the NQ, and as you can see, I'd already had the same analysis on here, so I'll just take that off, as you can see again from the start. So again, remember, STF is red, so we're not taking the buy setups here, we're only taking the sell setups, and the NQ had a TS2 sell early in the day. I'll put the analysis on, and here you can see again, even at the first profit target, that's this one here, a lovely 4.6R profit. So as you can see, MTPredictor, just using the automatic trade setups and our standard trade management guidelines of trading in the direction of the STF color, we had a very good day yesterday with a lovely plus 4.6R profit on the NQ. On the YM, a nice 2.8R towards the end of the day. On the Russell Index, as we've already seen, a lovely 4R here and 4.4R off that TS3 sell earlier in the day, and then the ES, as we've already seen, catching this late fall into the the last few minutes of the trading day, or the last part of the trading day, for another plus 2.8R. So even though the markets were declining and there was chaos going on as far as other people are concerned, MTPredictor was doing a very good job of identifying risk control trades and getting you in these trades to then take trades that are in the direction of the main trend to then produce good profitable trades. So a good day with MTPredictor on the 4 US minis yesterday, which was Monday the 8th of August.